Alright, so this is for Terry Dupin, and so he wants to draw characters and work with anatomy and shadows and stuff like that um, before he starts doing anything else. So the first thing that I would say right off the bat is that you really want to take this and turn it into a um, full character. The problem you have is, and this happens a lot, is the problem you have. Most people don't, don't finish it up, and it just feels like empty or not finished, if that's what you want to call it. So what I would do at this point is set up and build the base of your feet here. Okay. Um, and we're just gonna kind of build it real quick here, and I'm just gonna. So that's the first thing that I would put. Um, the second thing is let's transform it just a hair to balance it out. And so the second thing I would tell you is you've got the proportions and stuff down. The problem is that it's not really lit. It's got a kind of bright light going on, but it's not really. It doesn't give you really any shades or anything like that. Um, so the first thing that I would tell you is decide where your light's going. So if your light is going this way, then what you want to do is you want to build up that form. So the light here starts off something like that, and then you're going to have your darks kind of line up. In fact, you probably even go darker, um, and you want to layer things together. So just by doing this, you're going to build up much more of your piece here. As you can see, I'm just kind of roughly putting this in there. So look at contrast too. Um, the problem you have right now is that this is very, very little contrast going on. And so by adding in said contrast, you see how I'm just starting to build more light to it. And I'm getting much more interest as I build this in there. And then you can use, your shadows. You also want to use a little bit of your base light here to add in rim light, and that's going to give you core shadows. Look at joints. Like the elbow shouldn't be rounded; it should be kind of this base color. And let me. And then the big thing is I think your joints need to be more defined. So looking at this, let me just kind of looking at this from what I'm just looking here. I would like you're drawing tubes, and so the anatomy is if you draw. You can see how I'm building up just a little bit more definition into the joints. Same thing with the hips. It would come up and then it would be like so. So it's those subtle line work that you're drawing that's really going to help out and sell the anatomy on here. So what I would say is you've got decent proportions going on. You know, you need to watch the joints. You need to watch the subtle line work. You know, instead of drawing straight down, you know, I've drawn here where I've got a little bit more definition here, and I could probably even add subtle, you know, like weights, you know, so that the pectorials, and I could kind of blend things in together, and that's really what you're looking for, is you're looking for that muscle definition. Right now, you know, I could draw in ribs and start painting that out. I can draw in, you know, here's the rib cage. You know, I might be able to draw in, you know, just slightly put in a little bit more here. Maybe even, and it's subtle. It's not a lot of information. Um, and that's really what you're looking for, is you're looking for building up form, and the form will sell your piece here. And the best way to do this is just simply, you know, draw from reference. Take a look at, you know, um, take a look at what's out there to give you an example. Make sure that it's not forward looking, if that makes sense, like forward light. So a flash needs to be adjusted. But all right, I hope that helps.